And she loves to do that. She's also a very good eater. She eats just about everything. I think that the whole idea is just to be around, to smell all of the aromas when I'm cooking, to taste as I cook,
and to see you doing it and enjoying it.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think just having her in the vicinity of me cooking is enough sort of to inspire her a little bit.
Do you take her to the market or the farmers markets?
She goes to in fact, we went to the farmers market this morning. She does go to the farmers market. In fact, she's right behind you, Barbara.
Oh, is she?
She is.
Hello.
And so is my husband.
Here she is, the next generation.
Now you can meet her, Barbara.
Oh, wow. Fabulous.
Barbara, this is Jade. Everybody, this is Jade and my husband, Todd. Todd is a very good guy. You want to come sit? Okay, we'll come sit. You can tell him. No, leave him on.
And needless to say, she has the greatest wardrobe of any one-year-old girl in the city of Los Angeles. So Jade, we're talking about you, actually. So she goes to the farmer's market and she likes to taste and... Does she talk yet? She's gonna say
She doesn't really talk. She says mama and dada and... What else do you say? Balloon.
Tomato.
She wants to eat the microphone. She likes to stick everything in her mouth right now. She's teething. It happens. It happens.
My gosh. Are you having a good time? We're glad to have you here. We should have given you a lemon bar that we had at ours. So
she'll start talking in a minute.
So after the first 2 seasons, your experimental season, and did you have a great deal? You must have had a great deal of input as where you were going to go from there, as far as Food Network, what the next show was going to be, and what else you wanted to do that was different. And you were starting to do the books at that time too. Was that all coming together at the same time?
Yes, I started during the 2nd season of Everyday Italian. Tell me if you can't hear me. During the 2nd season of Everyday Italian, we started the book. We started Everyday Italian, the cookbook.
Right.
Honestly, when I first did it, I thought to myself, well, why would they all want a cookbook when they can get the recipes online that I'm doing for free? But then I started realizing, it's so nice to have photos and stories and one place to go back to when there are the recipes that you love, all in one beautiful little package, which you can't get if you just download online.
It's a totally different experience.
So that sort of, was the convincing thing for me to actually do a cookbook. And it's different than most people. Most chefs have a restaurant or they have a cookbook first, then they do a show. I've done it the other way around, so it's sort of something new.
Yeah.
Yes, she makes these faces, and if you make them back, then they'll continue.
Very good faces.
Yes.
So what's coming up in the future? Where do you see your food going? Or Jade's food going?
I think Jade's basically stolen the show here.
Giada, your grandfather would say never work with kids or animals.
Because they always upstage you. Yes. Where's my food going? Well, I now started doing a new show called Giada at Home.
Right.
Where I wanted to, where I wanted to incorporate a little more of my lifestyle, our lifestyle, where you live in California and you can do things outside and all of the wonderful produce that we have, and kind of mix that into the show, where I felt like Everyday Italian was it was getting a little stiff. I couldn't move around.
Right.
Everything was so organized. I couldn't really cook with the flow that I usually do. And so I needed a little bit of a change, so I started doing that. I think that the trend is going towards more seasonal cooking.
Yes, definitely.
People are really starting to understand.
Yeah.
Yes, but you can't lick that. Understand when things grow and that we don't actually have all these things year-round, and to eat locally, that it's better for you than eating things that are coming from far away. So, and I think we're starting to do that a little bit more on Food Network too, where we couldn't before, because there weren't farmers market all across the country. There were in California and in New York, but not in between. So now that there is all of that, where are you going? Are you bored? She's bored. Are you bored? I know, Dad. Yeah, she's over it.
She'll sign your book too if you like.
So I think that's where it's going. And I think they're doing things behind.
Yeah, I think so. Let's talk about stealing the show.
Yes, she likes to kiss goodbye. Too. That's what she likes to do.
She's seeing the balloons, too.
She sees the balloons behind you guys. Okay.
Well, I think this is interesting because I've always thought that you're about more than just Italian. So this is going to be able to have you broaden, bring in a little bit of the French influence maybe. But I love the California angle because I think, we've talked about the fact that Bon Appetit is based in LA and a lot of people don't realize it's based in California. And I think that the way we approach food is very different and that we do have a lot to teach the rest of the country about that. And it is much easier now, as you say, that there are farmers markets and supermarkets.
Things are more readily available.
Yeah. And people are really willing to take the plunge. So I think
I agree.
I think it's great. So where are you going to go on vacation this year?
Do I get a vacation?
I don't know. It's kind of coming up to the summer.
I haven't had one in a while. I'm hopefully in August I'll have a vacation.
Yeah, there you go. There's your European background.
That's right.
Take August off.
Well, Jade hasn't been to Italy yet, so I might take her to visit. Yeah.
Oh, you should.
So I might she was too little last year because she was born so late. So she might.
You still have family in Naples, or where are they?
I have most families in Rome.
They're still in Rome.
Yeah, most of them are in Rome. So I think it'll be fun to do that with
That's good. And you'll have a free place to stay, I'm sure.
A few, I hope.
When she starts crying loudly at night, you just move on to the next. Next relative. So now that we've talked in such glowing terms about Food Network, I want to also pick your brain a little bit about what you think they don't do.
Oh, no, Barbara, I can't do that. I can't do that.
This is the YouTube portion.
I can't do that.
All right.
We can take questions from the audience if you want.
Who would you like to see on Food Network?
Who would I like to see?
That isn't on there now.
I think they might need a few more ethnic personalities on there. A little more ethnic food. Yeah.
Asian?
Yeah. But we gotta find a way to make Asian food that is accessible to everyone, because I think some of the Asian ingredients are hard to find. So we just someone's gotta come up with that. Lots of wonderful Asian recipes that are easy for everyone to make.
The markets are getting better. The markets are getting better.
Little by little, I promise you. They're working on it. So little by little, it will happen.
She's ready. She's ready for her close-up. She's ready for her close-up. Well, we're happy to take some questions before Giada goes to sign some books. We'll give you about 5 minutes worth of questions. This lady here. Who's your favorite chef?
What are your questions? Who is my favorite chef? Someone who inspires me a lot right now is a Spaniard named Jose Andres. Do you guys know who he is? Yeah, he actually, that's right, Bazaar. He just opened a restaurant here at the SLS Hotel, which is fabulous. And if you've not had his food, you guys, it is Spanish tapas. Wait, everybody's leaving. Where are you all going?
They want to get in line for your book sale.
Okay. Okay, never mind. Anyhow, he makes wonderful Spanish tapas, but he's so innovative, so creative. The way he presents the food, the way he makes the food, it's something that you need to try. And also, he's so gregarious and such a lovable, fun man. And he makes cooking really, really fun. In fact, he has a show on PBS.
He does.
So, I tell you, if you've never been there, go. And if you ever have a chance to go to Washington, D.C., he's got lots of restaurants there as well.
Yeah, he does. All different kinds, too, which is great in Washington and Bethesda. Yes, gentleman in the green T-shirt back there.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened on camera?
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened on camera that we actually saw?
Do you know
today's show?
Do you know that question